Okay, so recording has been started.
Okay.
Okay, at the little bit we have touched the inventory in the sales module, if you remember. So we created a sales order, then automatic delivery transfer was created at the draft state. Okay, then we adjusted the inventory of the product and the transfer was converted into the ready state. Then we validated that transfer. That is actual inventory part. Okay, so all deliveries, all receipts of inventories are done through the inventory module and are part of the inventory, and these are going to hit your inventory.
Okay.
Okay, and today we will also do a purchase. So purchase is basically also going to update your inventory. So we'll do a purchase. We'll create a RFQ, request for quotation. So the process starts from the request for quotation. Let me explain you in the form of
See, these flows, do you have any flow chart or something to explain it so that it will be clear, the business flow?
I have flowchart, but I cannot share right now because it's in another laptop. So can you see my Excel screen? Let me share you the flowchart in the form of Excel, and I'll share you the flowchart later on. Can you see the Excel sheet?
No.
No.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So the purchase process basically starts from, let me maximize it for you, from RFQ.
Okay.
RFQ is basically called request for quotation.
Okay.
And then when the quotation is confirmed, it's turned into the purchase order.
Okay.
Okay. And then when purchase order is created, automatic receipt is also generated at draft state. The inventory person had to process that receipt when material actually comes to your premises. So then the next process is shipped. Okay, and this is a normal process. Then the next one is, after receiving the products, you need to create the bill for the PO, then payment for the bill. Okay, and this is, you can say it's a first version or V1. This is the simplest flow in Odoo. And then the version 2 can be, so there are different versions of your purchase process. You can set it up according to your requirements. So the RFQ, PO, then your receipt can be in multiple steps. So receipt, then transfer, bill, payment. So did you get that point?
No, the receipt, that option, I didn't get it.
So okay, so let me give here a receipt, one step. Okay, version
Okay.
2, receipt, two step. Okay, so here is the receipt one step. You are only doing the receipt and your inventory comes into stock. And here the receipt is in two steps. So some of companies, even some of large companies, do not receive products directly into their warehouse. So they receive,
Mhm.
at first they receive products onto the receiving bay. on the reception area. Okay,
Okay.
then after a while, when they are able to shift that products to the actual warehouse, they shift that products to the warehouse. So they do two steps on their inventory sheet. At first they receive at the receiving area, receiving bay or reception area, you can say. Then they transfer that products to the actual warehouse location. Okay,
Okay.
and the companies also want to record that process as well. Then in that case, Odoo also facilitates you to do the receipt in two steps. So when the PO will be created, you will process the receipt and the inventory would be received at the receiving bay, reception, or any location. You can name any location that is before the warehouse, actual warehouse. Okay, then an automatic transfer would be created after receiving that inventory. You have to process that transfer. When you are able to transfer the goods, actual physical goods, to the warehouse, you need to process this transfer, and the material would be moved to the actual location, actual warehouse.
Okay.
Did you get that point?
Yes, yes, I got that.
We will do it in the system as well. And then there is also a version 3. Let me copy this, and we will create a version 3 as well. Receipt 3 step. So your receipt can be 3 step. So in this uh, transfer quality would be involved, then transfer. Okay, so did you get that point as well?
It's two, three instead of two, it's three.
Yes, it's 3 step receipt. So in this receipt option, you will receive your products at the receiving bay. Okay, so let me do here, and then quality. Okay, so you will receive the products at the receiving bay, reception area. Then you will transfer these products to the quality area. Okay, so
Okay.
you have to process a quality checks on your received products. Then you will do the quality checks, and after doing the quality checks, when the quality checks have been done, the transfer would be validated and the goods would be moved to the actual warehouse location, from which these products would be usable, would be for the further use, would be available for the further use for manufacturing or for sale.
That means one more transfer is there after quality.
Yes. No, one more transfer would not be there. Quality transfer itself contains the destination location, and in that
Mhm.
transfer, the destination location would be the actual warehouse location.
Okay.
So this would also be a transfer. Quality would be also be a transfer, and on that transfer, you there would be some quality checks that quality team need to perform. Then this
Mhm.
transfer would be validated, and the material would be moved to the actual warehouse.
Okay.
Okay,
A
so
receipt,
we will
a
do.
receipt normally you mentioned as receiving the goods, right?
Sorry, normally.
A receipt means the receiving of the goods at a particular
Yes,
location.
yes, receiving of the goods.
Okay.
So if you are not dealing with the goods, like you are doing services, you don't need to receive services, and likewise for the sales, you don't need to deliver that services. You will do the sales order and you can create invoice directly.
Mm.
For storable goods, you need to do the receipts and you need to do the delivery of the products as well.
Mm.
Very simplest and very easy process. And let me move to the system and we will do one by one, and let me show how you can configure. And on the other hand, Shafi, so this is three-step receipt by default available in Odoo, but the Odoo is totally dynamic. In this case, you can create multiple steps for the receipts and on the delivery level as well. Even if your shift is 5 level, so you can create here 5 levels as well manually in the Odoo by the configurations and the setting. And if your delivery contains the 5 steps, so you can also do the delivery in 5 steps by doing the manual configurations and the changes in the setups. By default,
Okay.
Odoo has the option till 3 steps in the receiving and that on the delivery end as well. You can also
Okay.
do the delivery in 3 steps,
Okay.
but this is totally dynamic. You can add more steps if required according to your practice or according to your industry requirements.
Okay.
Okay, so if I go to the inventory and warehouses, I will show you where you can set up these things. So currently, when we create a company in the Odoo environment, so automatically a warehouse is created with a company name. You can go to the warehouse and change the warehouse name according to your building, your area. By default, this warehouse have been created. Okay,
Okay.
so you can verify the warehouse name and the company of the warehouse and the address of the warehouse. So the address of the warehouse is picked from the company basically, because this is the warehouse of the my company San Francisco. So that's why it's showing the address of the my company San Francisco.
Now I can see only the Excel sheet. I cannot see any other.
Oh, sorry. Shit. So, okay, can you see it now?
Yes. From where you have taken the warehouse?
Yes. Let me open it up again so you will be aware with the path as well. Can you see it, the whole tab now?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so there are two options, Shafi. As I told you, you can directly go to the warehouse, just typing the warehouse, and the where you can go to the warehouse. And the other option is go to the inventory app,
Okay.
inventory, and in the configuration, you will see the warehouse option.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, and every app, Shafi, as I think I told you previously, every app has a configuration menu for the configuration setups and the setting related things.
Okay.
Okay, I will go to the warehouses, open up the warehouse. So you can see only the warehouse name, short name of the warehouse, and the company address. So there are some other settings about the warehouse. You need to turn on the uh, developer mode to get these settings previewed. So I'm going to turn on the developer mode. And do you know how to turn on the developer mode?
Yeah, on the settings you have told me last time.
Yes. And can you see the whole tab of my Google Chrome?
Yes, I can see
Yes.
Chrome.
There is a Google extension here. You can see the. I think this is the face of the all. So if you click
Okay.
on this, so it will turn on the developer mode for me. Let me see if it works for the online, because normally it works for the Odoo data search. So no, it's not working for the online. It's for the Odoo data search. So it turns on the developer mode automatically. Let me turn on through the settings. Okay, yes. So the developer mode have been turned on by the extension, because you
Okay.
can see here the currently option is deactivate the developer mode. It means developer
Yes.
have been turned on, but It is not showing the settings because we have not activated the multiple routes option in the inventory. Let me check that. The inventory multiple routes. So currently by default, Odoo has configured the one-step receipt and one-step delivery. And if you
Mhm.
want to have the multiple steps in the delivery and receipt, so you need to turn on the routes option in the inventory settings. I'm just searching for the route. So you can see here multi-step routes.
Okay.
You can see, oh, it's turned off. So let me turn this on. Now, after turning this on, so we can set multiple steps for our receipts and deliveries. It have been turned on, and now let me go to the warehouse again, and you will see the extra options on the warehouse. Previously, it was only showing the name and the short name. Now you can see here the two tabs: warehouse configuration and the technical information. So the warehouse configuration shows the shipments. So it's showing me the incoming shipments, and the first option is selected receive goods directly, one step.
Oh,
I can also turn on the receive goods in input and then stock, two step. Okay. Then the third option is receive goods in input, then quality, and then stock. This is a three-step street.
mm-hmm.
Okay. And then the likewise for outgoing shipments, you can see currently selected deliver goods directly, one step. Second option is
Okay.
send goods in output. Output means location from where you will deliver actually to the customer. Okay. And then the third option is pack goods, send goods in output, and then deliver. This is three step. And
Okay.
these setups are by default available on your warehouse. So you have to select and turn on according to your organization requirement, and when which option would be selected, then your deliveries and the receipts would be processed accordingly.
I was trying to look parallelly with you in the same configuration, but I couldn't find out this configuration. I activated the developer mode and the multi-step
Multi-step
routes.
route.
Yeah,
Yes.
where it should be appear under general settings.
It's in inventory setting.
Uh,
Go
can
to
you
the
just show me?
inventory configuration and settings. If you are in the settings already, so select the inventory settings option from the left
Okay.
side. You can also search in the search bus. Just write the route, ROUTE. So the
Multi-steps routes. Okay. Together with this, I have got one more option: storage locations also together
where
in the settings. Multi-step routes.
with the multi-step
This,
routes.
yeah, the same page. Storage
L-
locations
Let me
also
check that.
comes.
Is storage location
Yeah, from where you get the warehouse, yes, the storage locations. Yeah,
here?
yeah, left side.
Yes. So when you have the multi-step route, so I will show you the location. So locations have one location for the warehouse. Main warehouse is created automatically. Then when you select the two-step option, so let me go back to the warehouse to show you. So you can see here when I will select the two-step option, so I need the input location.
Mm.
Okay, so when you will receive the goods, that will be stored into the input location. You can change the name of the input location as a receiving bay, reception area, or any other. Then stock would be the main location of your warehouse. Okay, and when you select the two step, it means you need the input location as well. Okay, so
Okay.
that's why when you turned on the multi-step routes, system have also created the some required locations, and the locations setting have also been turned on, so you can create multiple locations according to your requirements. Previously, when you do the one step receiving, one step delivery, so there was only one location for your warehouse, so you don't need to create multiple locations. So that's why storage locations option have been turned on, and you can, from that option, you can jump to the locations to see the available locations. You can edit locations, you can create new locations according to your organization requirements.
Okay.
Because uh, in multi-step routes, the all your working will be related to the locations. So that's why it's giving you the locations option. You will receive products in first location, then you will store in second location, and on the other side, for the outgoing shipments, you will pick your products from the warehouse shelves, then you will pack it into the packing location, then you will give it to the delivery location, and then it will be dispatched from delivery location, it will be dispatched to the customer.
Okay.
Any other question?
Yeah. Just a minute. Need a break. Just a minute. Yes, please.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I will go with the actual process. So you can see the receive goods directly, one step is activated. So now I will process the purchase and we will receive the goods, and let's see in one step how the things work. Okay, I'm going to the purchase. I will create a RFQ, click on new, selecting the vendor, Audrey Peterson, any vendor reference. If you have any sale order from your vendor, you can put here the sale order number, any vendor reference, currency of your request for quotation. Order deadline means till that time your order would be active, and then the expected arrival, on which date are you expecting to receive the delivery. So let's say I'm going with the 31st of July. And then deliver to is basically showing you the operation type receipts. So it's if you are having the multiple receipts locations, and then you can use this deliver to option. So receipt 1, receipt 2, receipt 3, and this operation type, if I go to this operation type, this is the operation type. This operation type contains the destination location. So when you will receive goods by this operation type, so the destination location would be warehouse stock. So if you have multiple receipt locations, so you are receiving first
Yes.
category products in first location, second category products in second location, and then third category products into the third location. You can create multiple locations for your receipts, and you can create multiple receipt
Sorry to
operation.
interrupt you. Actually, it's not clear for me. See, this is the step for request for quotation, right? That means a request for quotation is a common term in which a company requests for quotation with different vendors.
Yes, yes,
That is the first step, right?
yes.
Okay. So in that case, you are going just created a new request for quotation
Yes,
with the details, with the product details.
yes.
So in that case, delivery, what is the point in delivery? Because we didn't approve the quotation, nothing has been done. So what is the point of delivery comes in?
Yes, so as we discussed in on the sales process, so Shafi, your RFQ is basically going to be converted into PO, purchase
Some of
order.
the yeah, RFQ will be given to multiple vendors, right?
Yes, you
Or
can give it.
single vendor.
Sorry.
How the RFQ works. RFQ, you are trying to give to not only to one vendors, right? Maybe
Yes,
five different vendors.
yes.
Then we
You
will
can give you
confirm.
you can give RFQ to the multiple vendors.
So that means each RFQ have to be created, or in one RFQ we will be able to choose multiple vendors.
Yes, in Odoo there is a bit different process, but the purpose and the objective would be the same. You can share the same RFQ details with multiple vendors. Let me show you. So let me create a RFQ at first. So let's say you are going to create a RFQ and you have to purchase a product. Let me select that product as well. So
Yeah,
let's
why
say
I
you
ask
are
you is that why I ask you because I'm not familiar with these terms. So if you could explain the business scenario also together with this, it could be very helpful for me.
yes,
How it
I will
works.
explain you business scenario. Let
Yeah,
me save it to just see
yeah.
if it's give you the alternate option. So there should be the alternate option here, so you can share this RFQ, the same RFQ, to the alternate vendors as well, and then you can go with the required vendor from which the prices and the delivery terms are favorable, so you can select and proceed against that vendor. Let me check that why it's not showing the alternate option. Is it turned off in the settings? Check. Turn on the purchase agreement feature. So I have turned on the purchase agreement feature. We will see the what is the purchase agreement, and by turning this on, we should also have the alternate RFQ option here. Yes, so you can see here. If I go to my RFQ that we created, it was Audrey Peterson. Okay, so let me give here the price as 10 rupees. Move the text. Okay, so you can see here I have created a one RFQ that need to be shared with the Audrey Peterson. So if I need to share the same RFQ for the same product with other vendors as well, so you can go with the alternative into the alternative tab. Okay, create alternative. So you need to select the vendor, to which vendor you want to share this RFQ. Let's say now this time I will choose another one, Anita Oliver. Okay, so you can see here the copy products option is automatically turned on. You can also skip this. So I will click on the create alternative. Now you can see here our new RFQ have been duplicated with the same options. Okay, and if I go to the alternatives, now you can see here there are two alternatives. First one Audrey Peterson, and the second one is Anita Oliver. Anita Oliver is row is bold because I am currently on this row on this RFQ. So I need to set the prices for this vendor, because for the previous I set the 10. For this I will set it 11. Okay, I can also change the expected arrival date for this vendor, and I can send it by email. Let me send it by email to the Anita Oliver. Send RFQ send to Anita Oliver. Okay, and then if I go to the alternatives, if I want to send the Audrey Peterson one to Audrey Peterson as well, also click the send by email on the Audrey Peterson. Okay, so RFQ sent to both of these. Now go to the alternatives. Let's say I also found another vendor for the same product. I can create alternative for another as well with the same for the same product. Let's say this time it says your interior. Create alternative. Same has been copied. I need to give the prices for this vendor. Let's say it is giving me for 9, cheaper than other two. Save, send by email, send.
See, the one doubt is there. Normally, the request for quotation is a request which is given from my company to my different vendors, right? So
Yes,
I normally mention I need a table, for example. So this
yes,
table, I don't know the price. I mention all the attributes for that, and I just send to different vendors, and they are the one who have to quote for me,
yes. And when they
right? So
quote for you,
yeah,
let's say you have given the request for quotation to three vendors.
yeah. So
Okay.
how I should
So when you
put an amount on that?
so normally when you give the quotation a request for quotation, Shafi, so the purchase team at first contacts the vendors. Okay.
Okay.
So they have a call with vendors and they have a chit chat and they know the price. The vendor give them the price on the first call, and then they request
Uh,
for quotation, actually a physical document, that submit a physical document in terms of a quotation.
mm.
Okay, so when you receive the quotation or when you are requesting the quotation at both of points, whenever you are aware of the prices, you can create this request for quotation.
Okay.
Okay, and even if you are not aware of the prices, you can create you can say I'm giving the prices later on subsequently. You can create the quotation request for quotations without prices. So when your vendor have been selected, prices have been agreed, you can give the prices and select your relevant quotation to proceed, and other ones would be cancelled automatically.
Okay. Okay.
Both processes are there. If you know the prices, give the prices. The comparison would be easy for to check your entries later on subsequently for audit purposes. But if you don't know the prices, you are just requesting for quotation without prices, you can go without prices, just mentioning the product details. And later on subsequently, let's say you have agreed with the Anita Oliver, Anita Oliver have given you the favorable prices.
Mhm.
Okay, so in this view, alternative view, you can see here the total. So the cheaper one is Audrey Peterson. It's charging you the 10. If I go to this one, I think this contains the text. Yes, so it contains the text. That's why its subtotal is 12.87. If I again go to the alternatives, and Azure Interior also contains the taxes. That's why its subtotal is 10.53. And the Audrey Peterson is not charging the tax, so your total cost for the Audrey Peterson is 10. So if you see that, and on the other side, you can have the comparison in an other way by this button, compare product lines. If you click on the compare product line, it will show you the product wise comparison against the
Okay.
selected vendors. Okay, product here, vendor here, to which the RFQ has been shared, expected arrival date, on which date they are going to deliver your product, quantity that you have requested from vendors, price that have been quoted from vendor, and then the subtotal.
As expected arrival date, we are informing them, right, that you have to provide on that
you
particular
can you
right.
can inform the expected arrival that I need these products on this date, and when after the communication with the vendor, when arrival date have been agreed, you can go to your RFQ and change that date as well.
Yes. So from this, I understood that the price is not mandatory while putting the RFQ.
Yes,
So
obviously.
will it accept it? It will accept it without the price?
Yes, let me create a new one. We have
Yeah.
created three. So let's say I have communicated another vendor. So I'm going to create a fourth one as a comparison. So this time, let's say I will go with Bajwa, create alternatives. So here, there is not any price in this RFQ. Okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
alternative. So you can see here, this RFQ does not have any prices.
Okay. Okay.
And let's say subsequently, Audrey Peterson have been selected. And you want to go with the Audrey Peterson, I will go with this line. Confirm this RFQ, click on the confirm. So at
Okay.
confirmation, it will ask you what to do with alternative RFQs. Do you want to keep alternative RFQs or cancel alternative RFQs? If they are solely for the purpose of the comparisons, you can go with the cancel. If you need to keep the other RFQs alive to have the negotiations or to have the further purchases, you can keep alternative RFQs alive as well. So I will go with cancel alternative. So the other RFQs will be cancelled and this would be confirmed.
Okay. Alternatives option is not available by default. Right. So
Yeah,
you
by default,
activated it.
not available. You have to
So
activate the purchase agreements option in the setting.
purchase agreement option. Could you just
Yes.
browse through that once again?
Sorry.
Could you just browse through that settings,
Yes.
configuration, and purchase agreement?
Configuration, settings. Here is purchase agreement.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, and there is purchase agreements option in the Odoo as well. You can see here blanket order. So if you have agreed with any of your vendors about for a bulk of quantities and the prices to receive these quantities over the course of a period. So let's say you have agreed with the, let's say let me open it up. So let's say you have agreed with the wood corner vendor that you will receive corner dash left side 100 quantities in total with the
Okay.
price of 60 over the course of 6 months. So you can create this agreement in the Odoo as well, and then on this agreement you can create the RFQs and POs
Yeah.
over the course of the periods when required
Yeah.
to be received.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry to interrupt you. Just a minute. One person is just waiting. Just a minute.
Okay.
Yes, please. Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
are you clear with the blanket orders?
Blanket orders, you mean that some bulk orders, right? Which you
Yes, bulk. If you have agreed with your vendor the bulk quantities and on some specific prices, so you will purchase
okay.
on the course of the period. So you can create these agreements in the Odoo as well. Create this agreement, and then later on, whenever you are going to receive the products or order the products from this agreement, you can create RFQs and POs directly.
Okay.
Okay, so let's say this is a wood corner vendor. You have agreed to purchase corner dash left side 100 quantities over the course of period. So you can see here it is showing you 25 have already been ordered from this 100 quantity,
Hmm.
and the price that was agreed for these 100 quantities was 60. And if you know, if you have to receive new quantities against this agreement, you can go with a new quotation. So let's say I'm going to receive 25 more. If there is any vendor reference, quantity field is 0, I can give here 25 more. I'm going to order 25 more against this agreement, save it, confirm it. Okay, so if I go back to my agreement here, the agreement is also showing on the purchase order. So which purchase order would be created with the reference of blanket order, the blanket order number would be appeared here as a reference. So I can go to the blanket order, and now you can see here the order quantities have been updated with the 50, because 50 have been ordered from this blanket order or agreement.
Okay.
Okay, the next process is same: confirm the PO, receive the products, and the same process. So now I will go to the RFQ that we created with the alternative options, and we have confirmed it, and that have been converted into the PO that was against order Peterson. So you can see here, as I confirm the PO, sorry, RFQ, it have been confirmed into the PO, and as it have been converted into the PO, you can see here the confirmation date as well on which the RFQ have been confirmed, and then on the top you can see here receipt, smart link, our receipt have been created. One receipt have been created, and that is in draft state. So when the product would arrive physically on my premises, so I will process this receipt. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so I can process this receipt directly from the PO. So if your organization is too small, so one person is doing PO and receipts, he can directly jump to the receipt from the PO and do the process. And on the other side, if you are having enough resources and your inventory team is different, then your inventory team will do or can do it from the inventory operations as well. So I will go to the inventory. So you can see here in the inventory receipts 10 to process, mean 10 receipts need to be received when the physical material would be arrived. I can process these receipts. So I will go to 10 to process. I will search for mine. So it's Audrey Peterson, this one. Okay, so you can see here. So I will process my receipt. Validate if the inventory have been arrived. Okay, so you can see here the plus button with the quantity. It means this piece tool dark blue product is serialized product. Serialized mean you can also turn on the lot and serialized tracking on your product. So whenever your product would be purchased, sold, or transferred, system will also ask you to give the lot number or serial number for that product. So for this product particularly, the serialized tracking is turned on. So that's why before receiving, it's asking me to give the serial number for this product. Which serial number are you going to receive? And to show you this setting, I will go to the product template, from where you can turn on or off these trackings. Here in the inventory tab, you can see here tracking by unique serial. For this product, by unique serial is turned on. By lots, if you want to track your products by lot, and if there is no tracking required, you can also go with the no tracking option.
The default option when we create it will be not tracking.
Sorry.
The default option when we create a
Yes,
product,
it will be
whether
with the
it
node
will be,
tracking.
yeah.
Yes, it will be
Okay.
with the node tracking. You can turn on the tracking for the lot and serial. And for this product, particularly serialized tracking is on. I will go to the my receipt. I will click on the plus and I will give the serial. Let's say I'm receiving ES one. I'm receiving this serial for this product, sign serial. Okay. So later on, you can also see from this burger button what serial have been signed or received. Okay. I will click
Serial number
validate.
means something in the barcode which we receive it.
You can generate the barcode for the serial, but the serial number is some different concept. So normally for the engineering products, for every product, for the uniqueness of the every product, they have the unique number. So if I can give you the proper example, yes, for vehicles, if you know, there is a serial number for each vehicle that is also known as the chassis number.
Okay.
Do you know? And
Yes.
each vehicle is tracked by his unique serial number.
Yes.
Okay, so whenever you are receiving the vehicle in your inventory, you need to give that serial number as well. So if there is any problem with that vehicle or if there is any need of tracking for that vehicle, you can jump directly to that serial number.
Okay.
Okay, so let's say if you have received 20 vehicles in a single ship, so if there is any problem with one vehicle, so it would be easy for you to track it by serial, so which serial number is having the problem. And when
Okay.
you will report that problem to your vendor actually, so vendor can easily identify that on which dates this serial number was produced, who employee or who team have been produced this serial number, and from which production lane this serial number have been produced. So basically the serial number is used for the tracking of your unique product.
Okay.
Okay, and on the other side, there is also a unique serial number for the air conditioner, for freezers, and most of the electronic products have the unique serial numbers. TV LEDs, they also have the unique serial numbers.
Okay.
Yes. And mostly the serial number is used for the customer support. So like you have purchased the vehicle, you have purchased the freezer or TV LED. So if you are having the any problem with that TV LED, so you have to contact to your company support team, and then you have to give the serial number to that team. So by having the serial number, they can easily track and trace the details of that LED. So on which states that were produced, which material was used to produce that serial number, which team was involved to produce that serial number, how that serial number was delivered, to identify the root cause of the problem and to give you the proper support.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so the product have been received. Okay, stool dark blue. So if I go to the product, one quantity have been received. So there should be one stock updated on this product. So if I go to the product, and you can see here the on hand stock have been updated with one quantity.
Okay.
Okay, and on the other side, if I go to the reporting, stocks, it was tool dark blue. So let me search with stool. So here is stool dark blue, and you can see here on hand quantity one. And if you click on the history, it will also show how this product have been received. So it is showing you the same receipt that you processed to get this product into your stock, and it is also showing you the serial number that you received into your stock. Okay, this is the same
Okay.
transfer that we processed right now.
Okay.
So the stock have been updated into your stocks. Now I will go back to my purchase order. So from the chatter you can see here the purchase order number is mentioned in the chatter. I can click on this link, it will move me to the purchase order. Okay, so I have been jumped to the purchase order, and you can see here, as I received the products, create bill button is appeared here. So system is suggesting me you have received your products, you can now create the bill against this purchase order. I will hit the create bill button. So all of the information have been populated from the purchase order. Now I have to give only the bill date, and I can confirm my bill. The bill have been confirmed, and you can see the details of the product price, and you can also see the general entry. So the expense have been booked and the payable have been created for your purchases. After confirmation of bill, if you need to pay, if the due date have been arrived, so you can go with the registered payment option. You can select your relevant bank from which you are going to pay this bill, and if there is any detail of the vendor bank account, you can also give that vendor bank account on your contact, and that can be selected here. Otherwise you can go ahead without this. The memo is basically the reference number that you have mentioned, that is the vendor reference. Create payment. So the payment have been done, and your invoice bill have been moved into the in payment status.
Okay. Again, one question. Normally, when we create the bills,
Yes.
it is a vendor who is giving the invoice to us while paying items. Right? With that particular invoice, we are going to create invoice to the system.
Yes, when you have
We have,
received the
yeah,
invoice, when you have received the invoice
yes,
from your vendor, so you can
yeah,
create the bill.
yeah. We have to create that bill same in the
Yes,
in our system.
system. Yes,
Yeah. So again, this bill will be having a reference number, their reference number, the
yes,
vendor
it
reference
is.
number, right?
Yes,
This is the bill reference number, which, oh, okay, okay.
yes,
That the same number which you have to enter here.
yes.
Okay. There is some cutoff there, right? Cutoff, it's been marked over there in the same lines, journal entries, or
Yes, this is
journal
for
items.
yes, this is for to charge the expense to over the multiple period. So currently you have booked this expense, purchase expense, and it have been booked into the month of July. You can see here the counting date is July. So if you
Mhm.
think that, or if this expense is for multiple periods, let's say you have purchased a subscription of a software license and you are going to use that software for 6 months, but you have purchased that subscription in Ago. So you have done that purchase, you have created the bill in July, but you are going to use that subscription from July to December, or you are going to use that subscription in 2 months. So you can go with the cutoff option, and you can split this expense basically over the different periods, 2 months, 3 months, or as per required months. Bill would be the same. The only difference would be a new journal entry would be posted to split your bank, split your expenses into your profit and loss report. Should I do it, or is it clear? Hello.
Yeah, no, no need. No need.
Okay. Okay, so bill have been paid. It's in payment state, and when you will receive the statement from your bank, and then when you will reconcile that bank statement with your payment that you have made right now, your bill would be moved into the paid state. Let me do it for you. How it works? So let's say you have created payment for 10. I will go to the accounting now. So we are doing multiple stuffs today: purchase, inventory, and accounting. Now we have created the bill and payment. And in the accounting, you can see here, it is also showing you the legends in the shape of cards, the customer invoices, vendor bills, and it is showing you one bills to validate. If the bills are in draft state, it will show you two bills to pay. So bills are there, but needs to pay. One late bills mean the due date for the bill have been passed. You need to pay it. And the likewise for the invoices, 9 unpaid invoices, 8 late invoices means for which due date have been passed.
One bills
Okay,
to validate when we have to reconcile pending.
one bills to
Validate means is it reconcile
validate mean
pending?
bill is on draft state. You need to confirm that bill. So if I click on it, you can jump to that bill. So you can see here it's on draft state. You have to open it up, verify the details, and you need to hit the confirm button. Then the bill would be confirmed. Okay, and on the other side, for the bank, you can see here you can connect your banks with your banks automatically to get the bank feeds and the bank statements. If I click on the connect bank, just to show you, so it will give me the options of the banks. So these are the banks that are locally available, and then if I go with the worldwide, so it will show me all the banks worldwide that are available for the integration. And if I select with any India bank, Bank of India is there, so you can do the direct integration of the Bank of India, Central Bank of India, State Bank of India.
Okay.
Okay, and the statements would automatically be populated into your Odoo after every 4 hours. And you can see here the reconcile 8 items means the 8 payments or receipts lines have been fetched from bank and that need to be reconciled with your Odoo receipt or bank. Are you
Reconcile with
getting?
or
Reconcile it with Odoo payment and receipt. So uh, right now I have created a bill payment. You have seen it.
hmm.
Okay. So when I have created it in Odoo, that payment will also be processed from my bank.
Okay.
Okay, when the that payment will be processed for my bank from my bank, and when I will get the statement from my bank through the bank connectivity or through the Excel file. So when I created that statement line in Odoo, so I need to reconcile that statement line with my bill payment that I created right now. Then my payment and the bank statement would be reconciled.
Okay.
Okay, and on the other side, my bill status would be converted into paid. Currently it's in payment. In payment means
Yes.
in progress. Payment is in progress. So you have
Okay.
done the
Okay.
payment in Odoo, but the payment need to be done into the bank, and then bank statement need to be reconciled with your payment. How it works, I will show you. So if I go to the reconcile 8 item, so these are the 8 items that need to be reconciled. Red one are the payments from my bank, and the black ones are the receipts into my bank account. Okay, so when I will have the same receipts into Odoo, I need to reconcile these receipts with these statement lines, and then my payments and the receipts would be reconciled. So right now I have created a payment for $10. So there is no any payment in my bank statement with the $10. So means there can be two options: the payment have not yet been processed from my bank account, or the statement have not yet been populated into my Odoo.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so let's say I'm assuming that the payment have been processed from a bank.
Mm.
Okay, I just need to get the statement from bank because my bank is not connected with the bank, so it will not get
Mm.
statement automatically. So I need to import statement from the Excel, or I need to create the statement line manually. Okay, are you getting my point?
Once again, please.
So because my bank is not connected with
Yeah,
my
yeah.
this bank is not connected with the actual bank, external bank.
Mm.
So my statement would not be populated automatically. So I can
Okay.
do statement in two ways. I can get the statement from my bank in Excel format, and I can import that statement into Odoo. And the
Okay.
second option is I can create the statement lines manually one by one rather than importing the Excel sheet. So if I have processed the 5 transactions from the bank, and I can see from my mobile app or online login that the payments have been processed from bank, and these are 5 payments, I can create that statement lines manually in Odoo as well.
Mm. Yes.
Okay, so there are two options
Okay.
you can see here. Import file. Import file means you have received your bank statement from Odoo. You can import it from file. And then the second option is new transaction. New transaction means you can create transactions one by one for statement. So let's say the right now I have processed the payment for the bill was for the $10. So let's say I have received in the Excel that the $10 the statement from my bank that the $10 have been processed from the bank. So I'm going to create a new statement line. Negative 10 will be the payment, positive 10 would be the receipt. So I'm giving here the payment, and my vendor for the bill was Audrey. So the partner was Audrey Peterson, for which this payment was done. So let me give the same vendor name in the label as well. Okay, so save and close. So you can see here now, previously there was reconcile 8 items, now it have been updated to reconcile 9 items because I have created a new statement line manually.
Okay.
When I will go to reconcile items, now you can see here order Peterson with 10 payment of 10, and that is statement line, bank statement line. And on the right side you can see here in below match existing entries, and this is the same payment that we done right now for our vendor bill. System have automatically fetched and matched that you need to reconcile this payment with this statement line.
Okay. Suppose
Okay,
you receive
so system is
six
matching
rupees.
system is matching with the vendor and the amount. So when he recognizes that the statement vendor and the statement amount matches with your any payment vendor and the amount, so it suggests you that this payment need to be reconciled with this statement line. Okay, so
Okay.
you can go with your question that you are asking.
Yeah. Suppose if that a amount of 6 rupees. So
So
how the match say same vendor with received only 6 rupees, $6 or rupees. Okay,
yes, yes.
fine. So how it get matched because the amount is 10 and the received is 6.
Then you can see here this is also in blue color, this is also in blue color, light blue color or green color you can say. So it means it is suggesting you to match this entry with this entry. In that case that you mentioned, it will not suggest you in the blue color, but the entry would appear here. You can reconcile it however by just clicking on this entry and selecting it manually, partially. So if you have the $6 payment, so it will be reconciled partially. $6 would be reconciled, and $4 will remain in that statement lines to reconcile it with any future entry of payment.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. In that case, if the amount is not matching, system will not suggest you to reconcile. It will not highlight that line, but the line would be there. You can reconcile it by just selecting it manually.
Okay.
Okay, now it's suggesting me because the payment is same, vendor is same. I just need to verify if the details seems better to me. I just need to hit the validate. and the entry have been reconciled and have been disappeared from here. If I go back to the accounting dashboard, it now show me 8 items again reconciled, because one have been reconciled, one statement line have been reconciled. And if you want to see the already reconciled entries, you can also do that. So if I go to the reconciliation screen, by default you can see here not matched filter is applied here. If you remove this filter, you can also see the matched entries as well, and here is the last match entry.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
and if you click on this entry, you can see also see the details with which payment entry this have been reconciled. Okay, now when I will move back to my bill, so I will show you the bill status now. Should we change it to change to paid instead of in payment? So you can see here, order Peterson, bill number 0001, amount 10. The payment status is paid now. Previously it was in payment. And if I open it up, you can see here the in payment have been transferred into paid. So when you do payment, the bill would be in the in payment state. When you will reconcile that payment with your bank statement, the bill would be moved into the paid state. Any questions, Shafi? Do you have?
No, it's clear.
Okay. Now I will go quickly back to the inventory and to change the settings on the warehouse configuration warehouses. Now I will do the receipt in 2 steps. So previously it was 1 step. Now I will go with the 2 step. Okay. Now I have changed the receipt in 2 steps. Now I will do the same PO again. I will do the purchase. I will go to my existing RFQ that was for $10. Okay, so I will go to the gear icon. I will just duplicate it. So the new entry have been duplicated. I will confirm it to create a purchase order. Okay. So now as I confirm the purchase order, a receipt have been created, and with that receipt, because I have turned on the 2-step receipt option, transfer should also be created. And if I go back to the inventory to show you the receipts and inventory process, purchase order have been confirmed. So here is 10 receipts to process. Previously there was 9 receipts to process. And yes, if I go, oops, back 10 this is one that I created recently. So you can see here currently it is receiving it into input location. So input location means receiving bay or location. Previously that we process receipt, we are receiving to the main warehouse stock location. So let me show you the previous receipt as well. So if I go to receipts and if I change the filter from ready to done, so we process this that is in done state. So you can see here the previous receipt was directly received into the stock, because previously
Okay.
we done 1 step receipt. Now we are going to receive in 2 steps. In first step, we are going to receive the product in input location, and then we do process an other transfer, and we will transfer the product from input to stock location. So in first receipt, I'm receiving the product in input location, and an other transfer have also been created automatically by the PO. If I go to internal transfers, it will show in internal transfer. Internal transfer means it is only moving the product from my internal one internal location to another location. That's why it is called internal transfer. Okay. So this transfer have been created by Odoo. So you can see here from location warehouse input. to location warehouse stock. So it is moving my products from input to stock.
Okay.
Okay, so there are two inventory transfers have been created by purchase order. One is receipt transfer, the second is internal transfer. So receipt transfer is getting products from vendor and shifting it to the input location. And then
Okay.
internal transfer is transferring that products from input to warehouse stock. Warehouse stock is main location or main warehouse location. You can change the that locations. You can change the names of that location, or even you can change the locations altogether. You can create new locations and change locations on the operation type settings. Okay, and you can see here the status, waiting, and other operation. The status for this transfer is waiting and other operation, means you have to process the receipt at first. You have to receive the products from vendor to input location. When you will receive the products to input location and when you will validate that receipt, this transfer would be converted into the ready state. Then you will
Okay.
need to process this transfer and your stock would be updated into the warehouse stock location.
See, the company should follow only one type of configuration, either one or two or three, right? They should not
Obviously,
have a mix of three.
yes, obviously. But if your company has multiple warehouse, you can see this setting is upon warehouses. If your company owns multiple warehouses, so you can do the multiple steps receiving for your multiple warehouses. So like for warehouse one, you can receive in one step. For warehouse two, you can receive in two steps.
Yes, got it.
Okay, now I will show you another picture. So I'm going to receipts and internal transfer. You can go to all of transfers by going to operations, and then let's say I will go to the receipts and remove this receipts filter. All of transfer would be appeared here, and now you can group it by the source document, and our PO number was, let me duplicate this tab to just get my PO number. I will go to the purchases. My PO number was 22. I will go to the receipts. I will group the receipts by PO source document. So the source document should be PO 22 for my receipts. So where's the PO? Oh, so here is PO 22. Okay, so I will expand this line. So you can see here against my PO 22, two transfers have been created. First one is a receipt transfer that is getting
Okay.
from partner vendor to input location. Then the second transfer is internal
Input to the
transfer
stock.
that is transferring from input to warehouse stock. And the first
Okay.
is in ready state. When the first would be validated, it means the products have been arrived to the input location. Then the second would be ready to transfer it to warehouse stock from input location.
Okay.
Currently, you don't have the product into warehouse input, so you cannot process it. That's why it's showing you to waiting and other operation. When you process another operation, products would be moved to the input location. And when the products would be moved to the input location, you can process this transfer and this transfer would be changed to the ready state. So we will see it. Let's say I will keep this tab open. I will process the first receipt in another tab. We'll see how things are changing. Inventory, receipts. My PO was 22. Here's the source document 22. Vendor is order. I will go with this receipt. Okay, this product is serialized. Plus button is appeared. So I need to give the serial number. Let's say this time I'm giving this serial number, assign serial. Validate. So I'm validating the receipt. Validating means I have received the products after confirmation of the product details. So now the products have been received into the input location. Okay, I will go back to the other tab. So I will refresh this to see the changes. Okay, so you can see here the first one have been changed to done from ready. I have validated it, and the second one have been changed to ready from the waiting and other operation. Now system is identifying that stock have been arrived to warehouse input. You can transfer it to the warehouse stock. Are you with me, Shafi?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. Now I will go with the second one. Okay. So till that time, before processing the second time, if you go to the inventory reporting and stocks, and if you search the product that was stool dark blue, I think stool. So you can see here stool dark blue on hand quantity have been updated to 2. Previously it was 1, because
Okay,
it's showing you your company stock. You have received the product in input location, means that it is in your company, but it is not in warehouse stock location. It is currently in receiving bay or reception location. If you go to
okay.
another reporting and location wise reporting, it will show you the location wise stock. So you can see here, if I search for the same product here to see the location wise stock, you can see here the beach tool dark blue. No, it is not mine.
Second last one.
This, yes, this one is mine. So in warehouse stock location, you can see here one product is available with this serial number, and in warehouse input location, the one is another one is available with this serial number.
Mm,
So you can trace and track your stocks with location. So where the actual stock is.
yes.
Okay. Now I will process the second transfer. Then this one serial number of 464646 would also be moved into the warehouse stock, the main location. I will go to the second transfer, checking the detail, validate. Transfer have been validated. I will go to the locations. I will hit in the filter and enter. Just refresh it. Now you can see here this from this location it have been moved to the warehouse stock.
Okay.
Any questions so far?
No, that's okay.
Okay. And now I will go to process a 3 step to have the quality involved as well. So I will go to the inventory.
Yeah.
Is there any question, Shafi?
No, 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 nothing.
Okay.
And see, there is something when a chatterbox, when we see that Odoo bot, right? So Odoo
Yes.
bot is something created by the automatic one, or the right side. The name is there. Who the person who has been creating uh, the entries, right?
Odoo bot is basically the Odoo user. Yes.
Okay,
And that is used for the automatic entries. The entries that are created by automatically, so Odoo uses that Odoo bot user.
we can change the name of that Odoo bot. Is it possible?
Yes, you can change the Odoo bot username. You can change it
Okay,
to the system user or anything else.
okay. It will be from the main configuration changes.
Yes, it will be in the user settings. You cannot use that user to log in, but you can only
Yeah.
change the name of the user to just show it in the better way.
Okay.
If
Okay.
you go to the users, so if you remove this filter internal users, and if you go to inactive users, so that is basically inactive by default by the Odoo. Here is Odoo
Okay.
bot user.
Okay.
So you can go here and change the name of the Odoo bot, Odoo system user. You can change the name in this way.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, I was in inventory configurations, warehouses, and I will go with three-step receipt. Okay, and now I will again go and process PO to have the three-step, and let me go to inventory at first to show you the clear picture, and let me clear these ships to show you the actual picture. Currently 9 are processed. Let me process these, all of these 9. Validate, next, validate, next, validate, next, validate, next,
There is no
next.
lot number or something is given. That is why we can process
Yes,
it easily, right? Yeah.
yes, next, validate, next, validate, next, and validate. So all of receipts have been validated. Now if I go back to the inventory overview screen, you can see here 0 to process, and this
Mm.
internal transfer is also 0 to process.
Okay.
Now when I will create my entries, so you can see here easily the counts will be changing. So I will go to the other tab, keeping this tab alive. I will go to the purchase and I will create a new purchase order. And let's say for this, currently if I have the quality module installed, let me install the, so let's do it without quality at first. Purchase, do it. Instead, let me install the quality app to do it in a single time. Quality app is not installed. You can also install the quality app. Install, because when you are doing three-step receiving, you can also do the quality checks in the receiving. Even if you are doing the one-step receiving, you can do the quality
Mhm.
checks, because in the quality checks you just need to create a new checks and to assign it to the transfers, so upon which transfer this quality check need to be performed. Okay, so the demonstration data of modules failed to install and were disabled, the full traceability report. Okay.
This is the quality control for only for the inventory items.
Yes, inventory items, but you can do the quality controls while receiving the items, and while delivering the items, and while production of the items in the manufacturing.
Okay.
Yes, but these are used for the products. Obviously you need to check the quality on the products.
Okay.
Have you installed that?
Yes, I installed quality.
Okay, good. So I have also installed the app. I will go to the quality module, and there would be a default team that was created by the module installation. So let's say I can go to the configuration, I can change the quality team name. So let's say it's a uh, quality control or quality assurance team. Normally these two names are used in the organizations, quality control and quality assurance team. And let's say I can go to the quality control points. So let me create a new So I will create a title would be quality check. You can give your checks names. I will go the quality check. So control per rather than doing on product. So I will go with the operation type option. You can also do the quality checks on the specific products. So like if you are receiving, if you don't want to do the quality checks on every product while receiving that product, you can go with the specific product option. But if you want to do the quality checks on every receipt operation, you can go with the option of control per operation. Okay, and then you also need to select the operation. So we want to process the quality checks upon the shipped operation. So let's say okay, and then this is type of the quality control. So would it be a pass fail option, or do you want to measure something? So let's say first one would be pass fail, and then let me create another one. Let me just duplicate this and change the type of the quality control from pass fail to measure, and the tolerance should be around measure should be 10. Okay, so I'm creating another quality check that the product should be measured and the measurement should be 10 mm. So I can change here the unit of measure of the mm as well. And if there is 8 mm or 12 mm, so it can be tolerated. So you can operate in the range of 8 to 12, but the normal measure should be 10. So two quality control points have been generated on the receipt, and another quality control also be created. So if you want to enforce that when you are receiving the process products and when you have done the two quality control checks, then also take the picture of that product. So you can also create another quality control point with for take a picture, duplicate, and this time I will go with the take a picture, and I will mention here take picture of product. So this quality control will enforce me to take a picture of the product. Let me check it. Previous one was this one was for pass fail and this one was for measure. So let me change the title for the measurement. Take measurement. Okay, now I will go to the purchase. I will process a purchase order. And I will go with the existing one by duplicating it. I will get here. I can duplicate this purchase order. Confirm. So I have confirmed the purchase order. Now I will go to the inventory overview. Currently they are 00. So I will refresh this screen to get the new counts. So you can see here one receipt, two process. And for the internal transfers, you can see here two
Sorry
wait.
to interrupt in between. You are a little fast because I'm very slow in understanding some parts. Quality control, I understood. You put all the checks over there. The next step, what you would do? Could you just tell me once again?
Okay, so I just
The
sorry, I
quality check
just
is
created
okay.
a new PO, Shafi, by duplicating the
Yeah.
existing PO. Okay, so
Okay.
now I have
Okay.
turned on, if you remember, I have turned on the three-step receiving on the warehouse. So as I
Yes.
have confirmed my PO, I am on the inventory overview screen. So you can see here one receipt have been created, one to process, and two transfers have been created to process that are showing in two waiting and two late.
Okay.
Okay, so means three transfers to, in total three transfers have been created against one PO because I have turned on three-step receiving. So if I
Okay.
go to
Okay.
the receipts and if I group it by the, let me remove the filter and group it by the source document. My source document is PO and my PO number is 00025. So here is 00025. So you can see here
Okay.
three transfers have been created against this PO. The first one is in ready state. The rest two are with the waiting and other operation state. And the first one is receiving from vendor to input location.
Mm.
Second one is transferring it from input to quality control operation.
Okay.
And the third one is transferring it to warehouse stock from the quality control.
Okay. Okay. Got it. But we didn't mention to the system that the second option should be the quality control. So it automatically takes.
Yes, because on the when we set it up on the warehouse, you can see on the warehouse it is mentioned already. So let me go to the warehouse. It is default. It is mentioned by system. If I go to warehouse and if I open it up, so you can see here receive goods in input, then quality, and then stock.
Oh, okay. 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 Got it. Got it.
So it is default by system. So I will go with
Okay.
my first one to process it. So you can see here as I open it up, my first operation. So if you remember, I have created quality checkpoints on the receipt operation. You can see here the quality checks button is appeared.
Okay.
I need to process the quality checks. So if I click on the plus button and if I give the serial number that I'm going to receive because the product is serialized tracking. Okay, so now if I hit the validate button, it will not allow me because some quality checks need to be performed for this product. So let me hit the validate button. What is this? So you can see here at validation, it have appeared me the quality checks that you need
Mhm.
to take a measurement. And you can see here on the left side 1/3. So mean it's the first quality checkpoint to take a measurement. So I need to mention the I have to take the measurement of the stool dark blue. I need to mention here the measurement. So let's say it's 14. So the normal would, if you remember, I mentioned normal is 10 and the tolerance is 8 to 12. So I am giving 14. It should alert me. So let's say I'm giving here measurement is 14. So if I hit the validate, so you can see here you measured 14 mm. It should be between 8 and 12 mm
Okay.
because the tolerance was 8 to 12. I have option. I can go with the 14 by enforcing the 14 by clicking the confirm measure option, or I can correct the measure. If there is mistake, I can go with the correct measure and I can change it. So let's say it was a mistake. The measurement, actual measurement is 12. So I can go with the 12. Now it will allow me to go because it's in the tolerance limit. No, after validating the first quality check, it have moved me to the second one. You can see here second of third, and it's asking me to take a picture of product. I have to take a picture. I will go with the pencil button and I have to select any yes.
And again, if the tolerance level doesn't matches, that means if you put 14, then it's not matching the accepted thing. So in
Yes.
that case, will the person can attach, I mean, receive the goods, or he can reject it?
Yes, there is no option of rejection in Odoo. You have to
Mhm.
process the receipt with the with failing the quality control, and then you can process the return.
Mm, mm.
because
Okay,
already
okay.
because already you have received the products into your premises in your factory, so you have to process that receipt by mentioning the measurement and mentioning the field quality control point. Then upon that receipt you have the return option. You can go with the return.
Because that have to be tracked it out. All right.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Good.
Okay, and then I have take the picture of the product, let's say, and then I will validate and it will move me to the third quality checkpoint. So let's say third quality check is just about pass and fail. And if you have to give any notes, you can give here pass the quality and just hit the pass. Okay, and the quality controls have been passed, and you can see here on the receipt transfer above a quality checks. smart link button, and it is currently showing in green color, means all of the quality checks are good, have been passed. If there is any quality control check that have been failed, the color of these quality checks should have been red. And on the other side, if you click on the smart link button, you can see the quality checks that you have processed, and you can also see the status of that quality checks.
But all it's not passed, right? We put 14.
No, we put 14 at first, but later on I correct the measure with 12.
Ah, okay. Okay.
Yes. If it have been failed, so it would be the red. I can go with the fail as well. Okay, so currently I have passed all, and the quality checks is green, and I can validate now my transfer. It will allow me to validate it. So the receipt have been validated. And now if I go back to the transfer, so the first have been done and the second is in ready. The second one is going to transfer it from warehouse input to quality, validate. Then if I go back to again to the transfer, the second one have been done and the third one is in ready. Third one is transferring it to the main warehouse location, and I can validate the third one. And the product have been received into my location. And this is three-step receiving.
Yes, yes.
Any other questions related to the purchase? We have covered the purchase in very detail, and on the other side we have also touched the main areas of the inventory, like warehouse management, stock reports, and the inventory overview screen, like this one. So how the receipts are updating here, internal transfers are updating here. The rest one, like other operations for physical inventory count, scrap, and then we will also touch other reporting, some other reportings, and some product settings tomorrow. I think we can cover it tomorrow in the first hour.
Okay, okay, fine.
Okay.
Okay, fine.
So can we close it now?
Yes, yes. Okay, fine.
Thank you, Shafi. Thank you for
Okay,
your time. If there is any feedback, you can openly share with me
sure,
or in group, so we will try to handle it.
sure, sure, sure.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Allah
Gopal.
Hafiz.
Okay,
Allah Hafiz.
bye. Take care.